My breakfast varies a lot depending on my schedule. If I'm gonna work out first thing in the morning, maybe I'll have some fruit like banana or orange, just to get the blood sugar going, you know?
After asking you all to post some films you'd like me to review, I couldn't just pick one after perusing the list, so I will be posting all your requests, if I can hunt them all down, which most I can. That being said, I decided to spend my Saturday night selecting a muscle-bound classic
Take it off! Take it all off!
from channel member Demancer, who gave me the blanket task of reviewing, quote, any Dolph Lundgren movie, unquote. Well, by golly, I picked a ripe one at that.
I cannot return.
You're breaking my bleeding heart, Moose.
I'm talking about Red Scorpion from 1988. Starring that chiseled rocket scientist and clubber of Rocky Balboa.
I must break you.
This is a travel log from director Joseph Zito, who also helmed Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, Missing in Action, and Invasion USA. This cat knows what looks pretty and goes boom. Special effects maestro Tom Savini is at the helm, leading this gallant gory of goodness. It may not be all explosive body parts, but dang, it's got everything else and then some. With stunts galore where everyone looks like they've actually bit it hard. 2 local military and tribes joining in on that sweet studio production money. Lundgren plays Lieutenant Nikolai Reinke,
Are you out of your mind?
No, just out of bullets.
a Soviet Spetsnaz operative, or Special Forces as we call them here. He's brought in to single-handedly assassinate an unnamed African nation anti-communist rebel leader known as Sundata.
I am not as trusting as Kalunda.
In getting close, he must gain confidence by his jailed right-hand man, which he does in flying thunder punch fashion. Getting himself tossed in the same clink, they are quickly joined by friend and foul-mouthed American journalist Dewey.
As a matter of fact, in America, an American can swear whenever, wherever, however much he or she fucking well pleases. A little something we call freedom of speech.
Played by that lovable and unhinged Emmett Walsh, who was 53 at the time even though he looked a decade older. He's running, griping, shooting, and carrying on like a coke-addled teen with all that manic disposition he needs for each scene. He's worth the price of admission alone.
Fucking A.
Lundgren and his pals eventually escape the Russian-shared Cuban base after clocking Blade Runner pal Brian James out, leading to an insanely fun desert chase with Dewey not really trusting his Russian savior at the moment, kicking him to the curb. Only for him to motorcycle back around to hop on board. Most of the dangerous stunts in the film were done by Lundgren himself. No wire gags or cheap CGI here. As for the scenic shots, just breathtaking. After Nikolai's attempt assassination fails, leader Sundata sends his beaten ass back to the Russians, which leads to their Cuban partners delivering a toe-curling torture scene that hits that sweet spot of you yelling, "No, no, no, no!" Nikolai escapes again. I guess the base this time was empty on this turnaround. He trudges up once again through the African landscape, eventually being stabbed by a scorpion. Left for dead, he's found by an actual 95-year-old bushman who goes by Gao.
I am Soviet Special Forces.
Go.
Who only agreed to be in the film if his actual tribe could follow him everywhere, even though these scenes slow the pace down even further. It is quite touching to watch the interaction between these two. While the juxtaposition is the Russians laying waste to the tribes either by spraying black rain over villages, which kills anything organic, to outright blasting and flame-throwing villages. Nikolai regains his strength, hitting up leader Sundata once again.
The mark of the hunter.
I've come a long way.
Only it's too late. He's already been done in by the Russian General Vortek. Revenge is sweet as our blonde savage goes on a rampage,
Let's kick some ass.
taking along all his pals to once and for all wipe the Russian and Cuban base off the map. With a budget of $8 million to start, it climbed to 16 eventually due to several location moves over interpolitical conflicts at the time in Africa. This caused further turmoil, with a legal and ethical quagmire surrounding its producers.
Oh shit.
The South African Defense Force stepped in, lending captured Soviet T-54 tanks and active soldiers as extras, turning the film set into a military playground. If you have a subwoofer, it was made for this film. The thumping of the gunship always lurking in the distance until it's sent on a kill mission. This is a bombastic, wild movie. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 tentacles for the sheer balls of it all. You can find this streaming or on Blu-ray, where Savini and others talk about the production. So, if you're looking for a muscle-bound, explosive fun night out in the town, then this flawed but fascinating relic is a must-watch to scratch that 80s machismo itch. Until next time.
Don't say impossible!
Thank you to our YouTube members and everyone out there for your continued support. And Hail Cthulhu!